Good morning. Good morning. How are you all this morning? I am so excited for today. Here we are again talking about self-sabotage, which is definitely touching bases with people. So, um, today we are. First of all, wait a minute. Hold on. Reset. All right, welcome to Morning Motivation. My name is Alicia Richardson. The reason that we have morning motivation is to get you to not just feel like you have to get out the bed, but to get you to want to get out of the bed. And the only way to get you to do that is to see that you have purpose, that you are powerful, that you are worthy, and that you deserve to be here in this presence, in others people's presence. You deserve. You should be already on number blocks. It's number blocks, right? Okay. All right. And so, in morning motivation, today we are talking about continuing the conversation in self sabotage. And particularly today, we are talking about it's a daily practice, right? So, I feel like this topic was wildly important just because um, sometimes we take the steps. Sometimes we take the steps to jump out there and do the work. But then it's like, okay, what happened? I'm not seeing what I saw when I jumped out there. I'm not feeling that motivation, right? So that's what we're jumping into today. So my name is Alicia Richardson. I'm a brand strategist and business coach. And what that means is I help take your huge vision to simplify them and I put them in practical steps for you to actually walk out as well as attract the audience that you want to attract. All right. So when it comes to self-sabotage, it's again, it is a daily practice. So as you are, first of all, for those who don't know, self-sabotage, we're defining it here, is when we actively or passively take steps to prevent ourselves from reaching our goals, right? So these are behaviors, these are thoughts, these are patterns that we do to ourselves to keep us experiencing the same type of experience that we don't want day after day, year after year, some generation after generation, right? So we have to begin to identify where this began, right? That's number one. We need to identify where this began. Why are we self sabotaging? And what I come up with, I think that the root of self sabotage is because we don't know who we are. We still have to learn who we are, get to know who we are, who God has called us to be. And secondly, we need to get to know who God is. I have a course called it's a balance course. And I tell people in that course that the way you view God is how you treat him. So if you view God as this faraway man, that's how you're going to treat him. If you treat him like he's sitting right there beside you, like he is your father, your daddy, the closest thing that you can ever have, your best friend, that is how you treat him. And so if you take that and you put that in uh, like fleshly way, not fleshly, but put that in circumstances like how we are, right? So if you were to take a literal friend, right? If you view that friend as somebody like, oh, okay, no, I mean, we close, we ain't, I mean, we cool, but we ain't close like that. You're not going to call them for like the intimate details of your life. But if you consider that friend somebody who is close to you, you're going to let it out. You're going to be vulnerable with them, right? So it's important that number one, you get to know who you are as well as getting to know who God is, right? And those two go hand in hand. You cannot learn who God is and not learn who you are, and vice versa. Kaden, is it not working? All right, I knew this was going to happen today. All right, go. Okay, go in your room. Go in your room, and then when mommy's finished, then we can work on it. Okay? Go play with your toys. All right. Beauty of stay at home mother, homeschooling, all of the above while running a business and doing what you need to do. Okay. Don't feel sorry for it, right? So a lot of people use this as a self-sabotage. I got kids. I can't do that. I can't do this. You make it work. You make it work. All right. So daily practice. All right, let's jump into it's a daily practice. All right, so you jump out there and it's like you had the experience, the momentum was going. Somebody motivated you to use your voice. Somebody motivated you to actually step outside of your comfort zone for a second. But then the next day or the next week came or the next month came, and it's like, man, I don't feel that motivation no more. Like I feel depressed. Like I feel like blah. Like, you know what I mean? And I've experienced that. Like I've experienced where I'm on the mountaintop. And then all of a sudden I'm just like in this valley and I'm like, how did I get here? Now here's the thing. Self-sabotaging starts with your thoughts, right? So we allow thoughts to come in, whatever the thoughts could be provoked by something you saw, provoked by a trigger from your past. The thoughts could just come in, could be subconscious, whatever, right? But self-sabotaging always starts with a thought. Now you're aware of the thought if someone presents like an opportunity or an experience happens, then like the thought is triggered. And then, right, what's in your heart will come up. So if you don't fully believe that you're bigger than whatever that negative thought is, then you're going to easily go into the valley. However, in order to maintain your spot on the high mountain, when that negative thought comes and you know it's there, you know you have triggers, you continue to build yourself up by speaking. That's why God says life and death are the power of life and death are in the power of the tongue. Forgive me if I got that wrong. But anyway, but that's the whole point, right? Because not only just speaking, let me before I move on, but it's believing. It's believing what you say, right? So the thought comes, it's almost like it's a circle. The thought comes, you then can either speak against that thought and believe what you're speaking, believe what you're speaking and go ahead and push that thought out the way. Or the thought can come, you can speak whatever you want to speak, but if you don't believe what you're speaking, then that thought will stay there. And guess what? That thought will then begin to ruminate. And that thought, good morning, and that thought will begin to grow. And then as that thought grows, then guess what? Now you're living out what you feared in the first place. And you begin to self-sabotage yourself. So this is why it's a daily practice. You have to speak and believe every minute of the day. I remember for me, I was actually going, I wanted to get on Clubhouse and I was not comfortable on Clubhouse. And the thoughts that were coming up were very negative, like, okay, I can't do this. It's not for me. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just stay where I'm at. I'm comfortable right here. Right. But then again, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because if I do that, I'm going to stay where I am and I'm not going to reach the people that I need to reach. I need to go here, which is why God presented this opportunity to me. And every day that I got on Clubhouse, every day I had to tell myself that it's okay. You can do it. It doesn't matter if you messed up. It doesn't matter if you said the wrong thing. It doesn't matter if you skipped this. It doesn't matter if you stutter. It doesn't matter if people don't even understand what you're talking about. The point is, you just had to get on Clubhouse and you have to begin to build yourself on this platform or in this area. And it could be the same thing in any area of your life, whether it's relationship, whether it's your workplace, whether it's with your family, whether it's with like being an entrepreneur, a mom, like anything that you're deciding to come out of your comfort zone about. It's a daily practice to build yourself up. As you build yourself up, you're building your voice up. And so all of the negativity that could come, even if it's coming from other people, you're building yourself up. You're building your own voice up to be louder than what they're saying. Because if you're connected to God, you're speaking what God is saying. And what God is saying, that's what it is. There's nothing else after what God has said. Once God has spoken, it's spoken. Okay? So, an action step to take here is practice believing what you say. Okay? Amen. That's right. Practice believing what you say to yourself. Okay. Sorry, guys. And so that's what I have for you today. So just some exciting news. Morning Motivation may be presented on another platform here in a little bit. Up under someone wants to bring this in as a show up under their umbrella. And so we are still talking about it, but I will definitely let you guys know what's going on. And so this is definitely proof of being consistent, not allowing things to self-sabotage. Because definitely when the opportunity came, immediately I was like, oh, well, what if this doesn't work? Well, what if that? Like all of those thoughts came. But I said, no, Alicia, here we go. You asked for more. You asked for bigger. Here it is. Go, jump, leap. And then I got you the rest of the way. Right? So that's it. This is what we have for Morning Motivation. I am so excited. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and share, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts. And thank you. And see you tomorrow.